Hey yo, what is up? We are back with a new video, and today this is the Object 168G, and this looks like a very interesting tank that's going to be coming out soon. I have a feeling anyway it's going to be the next tank that's coming out, but I'm not too sure about it. I'm not too sure if you guys are really excited about the flurry of medium tanks, Soviet tanks, premium tanks that are coming out fast and furious in 2023 and 2024. We'll give it a shot. Let's see if you guys are even remotely interested in this tier 8 premium medium tank that is I find the stats quite interesting actually. I really like it. I don't know if it's going to matter in 2024 because there's just so much overpowered tanks out there right now, but you know, we'll take a look at it and you decide for yourself. This is 1300 hit points with 800 horsepower, 20 power to weight ratio. Now this kind of power to weight ratio is reminiscent of the T44-100. Now we all know how good that tank is. You know, very high power to weight ratio, very high mobility, very good pickup speed. This one 60 going forward, 18 in reverse. The rotation speed is 52 degrees per second. This is pretty good. Pretty good agility, pretty good mobility. Turret armor is 150 millimeters frontally. The hull armor is 70 millimeters. Not that great, but you have a lot of sloping going on, so we'll see what happens with that. The damage is 340 alpha, so the normal T44-100, Type 59 going for 250 alpha. This is 340, significantly higher alpha. Penetration as well, 227 standard penetration, premium penetration at 285 penetration. The reload time, however, this is the sucky part, 9.3 seconds. I am assuming you can get it down to about 7, maybe 7.2 seconds reload time. This is a little bit off from the T44-100 fast firing gun, but I'm not going to say it's terrible because you know, 9.3 seconds reload time, getting it down to about 7 point something seconds is actually not too bad, considering that you are going to have significantly higher alpha. 340 alpha is 90 more alpha than your regular T44-100 or Type 59, so significantly better alpha, but a little bit of you know 1-2 seconds reload slower than your T44-100, which is rapid firing. And also your dispersion, 0.33 dispersion. I'm assuming you can get this down to 9 dispersion, which makes this tank pretty competitive in my opinion. That is why I wanted to highlight this tank, because I feel like this tank is going to be actually pretty good, especially if you are an experienced player. You know how to time your reloads, you know how to take cover for that additional half second or 1 second or 2 seconds that you know, less or slower firing than a T44-100. But with this kind of penetration and 90 more alpha, I think it might be kind of worthwhile for you know, for that slightly slower reload, but you get more damage. I think it's going to be kind of worth it because your dispersion isn't that bad. Your moving dispersion or your moving penalty is only 0.17, so you might even get away with not using a vertical stabilizer. It's possible that you could just you know, build it out with a turbo or build it out with a hardening to make it kind of like an aggressive medium tank with a little bit of armor and you know, usable damage. That is, you know, 340 is no joke. If you trade with a T44-100 or a Type 59, 340 is going to hurt you quite substantially, especially if you have maybe hardening or maybe an upgraded turbo with mobility advantage over your T44-100 or over your Type 59, this could be an option. However, there is another penalty that you need to take into consideration, which is that 5 degree of gun depression. I mean, nowadays a lot of tanks have 5 degree of gun depression, so I suppose that you could get used to it. You can assimilate it into your gameplay at tier 8. It's not going to matter too much, because at tier 8 not a lot of tanks have a significant advantage. You can still fight your way through even though you have a disadvantage with that 5 degree of gun depression. But you know, looking at your other stats here, like your shell velocity and your camo values, you can see that this tank is actually not going to be a bad tank at all. Overall, I feel like we can get into very competitive gameplay here with a tank like this. I don't think this is going to be any kind of tank that has you know, terrible values or not going to be competitive. As a matter of fact, I feel the opposite. I feel like this is going to be one of the most competitive medium tanks out there. And being Soviet, you know, they always have some kind of Soviet bias going on. Soviet medium tanks are always going to be doing something special above average, I feel. And this is just going to be one of those tanks, like a Type 59, like a Type 44-100, something that's going to have an overall, or a what do you call it, a tank that's going to have the overall very good stats for you know, overall gameplay. I mean, it's not going to be the fastest medium tank, it's not going to be the strongest heavy tank, but it's going to be a very overall very good tank that's going to be performing very well in most aspects when it comes to stats. This is just, you know, one of those tanks that I feel like it's going to be a collector's gem. That is why I wanted to highlight this tank, because I think it's going to be like a T44-100 replacement or Type 59 replacement, one of those tanks that's just going to do a jack of all trades, and it's going to do very well, I feel, if they release it in its current iteration. That I think it's going to be very close. This tank is already very close to release, and I think they're going to finalize it, and I think this is going to be quite dominant when it's released. And I think everyone should have one of these tanks in their garage, that's for sure. I know I will. That's why I took a really close look at this tank. But anyway, tell me what you think about it, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.